Okay, well, I'm on cellular now, so that should be good. We've been good with cellular. I'm getting very frustrated with Facebook. I have this nice setup, and I'm getting very frustrated with it. How you guys doing tonight? Tell me about what's happening in your world besides some guys talking much better. All right, well, I'm glad. I am glad that is working better. I'm frustrated by it, but I am glad that it is working better. How's your day how is your day doing? Tell me about your day. What are you guys grateful for? Well, I'm sorry, Michelle. I've had all sorts of video problems this week. I don't know what's going on with my audio this week. Maybe the world is trying to shut me up. Maybe the world is trying to shut me up. Hey, Jennifer. Adele and Dazzle are here. Tell me what you guys are grateful for this Wednesday, this hump day. Hey, Rick, how are you? How are you? Good to have you all with us tonight. Good to have you all with us. Well, thank you, Michelle. Thank you. I dressed myself. I dressed myself. Oh, that's awesome, Kelly. I love that you got connected to a new source of furniture consignments. It's great that these customers that you've helped in the past came out for you. Hey, Barb. Hey, nice, Kitty. I'm glad the customers ventured out, too. I think we were a little slower. I've lost track of the days, so I'm not sure where we are with sales this week. People are still digging out by us. I don't think we were that busy today. People are still digging out. We should do better tomorrow. But, our world was really, people are still digging out. But I talked to people just a little south of us, and they're in far worse shape. I talked to Ruskin, the placemat people in New Jersey today, and, they've got over 2 feet of snow where they are. And it's just crazy. It's just crazy some of the amounts of snow people got. So I'll be thankful, that we're a little over a foot or so, and we're pretty well cleaned up at this point. So hopefully we'll get some people out between now and the next storm. It's winter in New England, so it is what it is. But we'll make the best of it, and we'll continue to fill online orders, and do all that we can with that. Rake up whatever business we can get to dance in the door. Whatever way our customers want to connect with us is what's important. We're there for them. We are there for them. But my body is saying, what did you do today? What did you do today? You are not in snow shoveling shape. Let's get started with the Good Morning, Good Night book. Hey, Heather, how are you? The Good Morning, Good Night book. We start tonight on page 130. Good morning. Your very presence is intoxicating. Boom. Hey, Wendy, great to have you here tonight. Great to have you here. I love this quote. Before we build the world we want to live in, we have to imagine it. Greatness starts with a clear vision of the future. Before we can build the world we want to live in, we have to imagine it. Greatness starts with a clear vision of the future. And it does. I mean, you have to know where you want to be. Okay? You have to know, and that doesn't have to be 50 years into the future, 5 years into the future. Where do you want to be 6 months from now? Where do you want to be a year from now? Where do you want to be a month from today? You know, I want warmer weather and no snow, but you know, where do you want to go? A clear vision of the future. Yes. And what they mean by that, Michelle, is what I talk about a lot of the time. You know, is you have to envision the way you want your store to be, the way you want your business to be, what you want out of it. If you can envision it, you can build it, okay? If you can envision a business that makes you more money, if you can envision a business that has better systems, that has you being needed less, you can build it, okay? You have to be able to draw a picture of what that is, okay? Not just say, oh, I want to do less work, or I want more money, okay? You have to quantify it. You have to define it. So that's what that clarity of vision is, okay? It's that mountain climber story that I tell, you know, where the mountain climber envisioned over and over again what it would be like to be at the top of the summit. And when you felt the wind hitting him in the face, that he could envision it because he lived that picture 100 times a day. If you could live that picture of your store running independently, your store not needing you, okay? If your store working without you, if your business operating, if what it would be like if you had more profit, whatever that is, okay, more free time, okay? You know, you take your picture of your clear vision for the future. I say it all the time. I talk about it as reverse GPS. If I know where we want to be, I can help you get there, okay? Because that's all that it is. I mean, why I'm so good at helping everybody with this is because I know where you want to be right now. At the end of the pandemic. You want to get to the end of the pandemic. And that's why I'm, you know, that's good. We're taking a ride there. I don't know how long it's going to take us to get there. The GPS keeps on recalculating. But we're going to get there because we're doing that. That is our goal. Okay? Okay? That is the kind of stuff that I'm really good at. I can see where we're going. Okay? And once I have that understanding, you know, driving there, you all know I love to drive. You know I love to drive. I mean, that's where I'm driving us. I'm driving us to the other side of this pandemic. That is the goal of all this. That is what we are doing. So that is the clear vision of the future that quote talks about. And there's lots of different ways you talk about it. I mean, because it came up in my coaching call with my business coach this week, and everything. And I always go back to that Don Bennett mountain climber story, because for me that is just so real. The wind whipping in his face, okay? He could feel what it was like climbing that mountain, okay? The views he would see, okay? What will you see when you get to where you want to be? Okay, that is what I'm talking about with that quote. Hey, Joanne, how are you? Great to have you here. It was great to talk to you the other day, too. It was. Okay, so, hang on a second here. And I'll take that quote one step further. I'll take it one step further. Okay, and this is a good quote because of our industry and image and everything else in today's world. The most beautiful part of your body. What is the most beautiful part of your body? So this is part trivia. Hey, Rose, how are you? This is part trivia and part getting deep. Okay, what is the most beautiful part of your body? And it ties in a little bit with my last quote. What is the most beautiful part of your body? Think about that for a minute. Think about that for a minute. Your brain. Kelly says her brain is the most beautiful part of her body. Your smile. You're both going with your smile. Rose is going with your smile. You guys are into this one. Personal question. See, this is the night you chose to tune in live, Michelle. You could have gotten away with it had you caught in the replay, but you're here live. Okay. So if my first story was, before we can build the world we want to live in, we have to imagine it. Greatness starts with a clear vision of the future. Then I threw at you the most beautiful part of your body. Okay, and I'm going to throw out to you the most beautiful part of your body is where it's headed. Okay, not your smile, it's where it's headed. Your most beautiful part of your body is where it's headed. So tie those two together, okay? When you have a clear vision of the future and you are headed to the future, okay? When you are headed back to the future, okay? Okay, the most beautiful part of your body is where it's headed, okay? Just digest this. This is some big stuff, okay? This wrap your arms around it, okay? We can't wrap our arms around each other. We can't come and give each other big hugs in person. So wrap your arms around these ideas. Wrap your arms around these big concepts because they're really not that big. When you take bite-sized bits of them, they are not that big. They just aren't. You can do this. You can do this. You can get to the future you want to be. The future part of your business where you want it to be. You can do this. Okay. Before I get into something deep, like this wasn't deep enough tonight, you guys always like some trivia, so 3 of these headlines are true. Which one is fake? One of these 4 is fake. Coca-Cola debuted its coffee can product, Coke with Coffee. The LA-based streetwear brand's latest collab partner is Care Bears. Off-White previews its version of Bernie Sanders' inauguration mittens. And a new lawsuit alleges Subway's tuna is not real tuna. So which one of those 4 is fake? Coca-Cola debuted its coffee can product, Coca-Cola with Coffee. LA-based streetwear brand's latest collab partner is Care Bears. The Off-White previews its version of Bernie Sanders' inauguration mittens, or a new lawsuit alleges Subway tuna is not tuna. One of those is fake. While you guys think about it, I will, only one is fake. Yes, only one is fake. Hey, Nebraska Angie in Florida, how are ya? Only one of them is fake. But Angie's not fake. Great to have you here, Angie. A couple of things tonight from your guys' emails today and just what's happening in the world. The SBA, the new 3508S form. There's been a little bit of news on that, and the news is, and I know some of your banks have been taking that form by paper, and I think there's one of you that's bank is already set up an online portal for it. But the SBA is not taking it electronically until March. They're not set up to receive it electronically till March. So they are expecting to be ready for it in March. Keeping in mind that would keep things in line with the 10 months you have from 10 months after your usage period for the PPP to apply for forgiveness. So if you got the PPP on the first day it was available in April last year and used it in exactly 8 weeks, you know, that would put you around sometime in March to apply for forgiveness. So it'll be fine. And you're allowed to apply for forgiveness after the 10 months. You may have to start making payments. But it's not going to be a big deal. They're going to be ready for it. The banks aren't going to ask for payments on loans under $150. They just want people to apply for forgiveness when they can take them electronically. So just be aware of that, that the SBA isn't going to be set up to take those forms electronically until early March. But they are, I do know some banks are out there taking paper forms from you of the new 3508S, which is the only one I am recommending for loans under $150,000. The other thing, well, let's take a look at your guesses here. You guys are going Coke with coffee. Wow. Well, no, Coke with coffee is real. Coca-Cola with coffee. Coca-Cola with coffee is real. And the LA streetwear brand's latest collab partner is Care Bears. So that is true too, Rose. And it is true that Subway, there is a new lawsuit alleging that Subway's tuna is not tuna. Okay. But Off-White previews its version of Bernie Sanders' inauguration mittens. That has not happened yet. That has not happened yet. So 3 out of 4 of those, you guys got stumped this week. Well, some of the banks are asking for it already. They're just not really submitting it. So you should be fine. Right. A lot of the banks, Joanne, are not taking the forgiveness yet. But some banks are set up for the 3508S, are setting up their own system in advance of it, and then they're going to map it to the SBA when the SBA is ready to take it. So just be aware of that. Don't lose sleep over it. Don't go, oh no! Oh no! Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You're all getting forgiven. We're going to do an Oprah night. Your loan's forgiven. Your loan's forgiven. Your loan's forgiven. We're going to do that when our friends at the SBA start actually handing out the forgivenesses like that. That is what these loans will be, and it'll be for the second draw loans too. We will get it all done. We will make it all happen for you. Okay, I am committed to that. I know you are too. You guys spent your money like you were supposed to. I am feeling good about how this is all going to play out. And it will be very much an Oprah moment where your loan is forgiven. Maybe I can get Oprah to do that. Anybody know Oprah? We haven't got Lin-Manuel Miranda yet, but maybe we can get Oprah. Sue met Oprah, so maybe she can hook us up. Maybe she can hook us up. The other, oh no, Michelle, you've got this. You have got this. Okay? You keep on playing that you don't have this, but you've got this. You've got this all good. You are very, very good. You've got this all together. Do not worry. Do not worry. You have got this. The other thing is, the other main thing that's sitting in my email, I'm glad, Joanne, I'm glad you got your second PPP app in today. I want you to get that money. You are entitled to it, and I want you to have your second PPP. Okay, because this is all about getting to the other side stronger, building back better, and building a strong foundation for your business to thrive on the other side of this. Because I want you all to be thriving on the other side of this, okay? But we got to get there, okay? This is a marathon, not a sprint. There's a lot of good things happening. There's, the vaccine is getting out there. There's a lot of good happening. Infection rates are down right now, at least. But there's a lot of good, we're headed in a lot of good directions, okay? But we are not at the finish line yet. We are not at the finish line, so we gotta keep on keeping on. The other big question in my inbox right now that I have a bunch of messages on that I have to get back on is the employee retention tax credit. Again, to claim that, just in short, in 2020. So first and foremost, the PPP is time sensitive. So get your PPP. If you're eligible for a second PPP, get that application in. Get that application in if you are eligible for a second PPP, because that is time sensitive. It is not as time sensitive to apply for the employee retention tax credit. You actually have up to 3 years to get that. So while I want you to get it if you're entitled to it, I don't want you to lose out on the PPP because that is time sensitive. It's when it runs out of money or the end of March, whichever comes first. They're not out of money yet. There's still several weeks of money based on the current rate that they are spending it on the second PPP. So there is money out there. The employee retention tax credit, again, there are 2 qualifications for that. And I'm just dealing with 2020 right now. In 2020, you either had to be down 50% in a quarter, okay, to claim it in that quarter, or you had to be under government restrictions such as being closed or under reduced capacity or reduced operating hours. Will the ERTC change the amount of payroll we can claim on Schedule C? I will double check that, but I do not believe so, Kitty. That is a straight credit. They fixed everything with the federal so that we weren't penalized for this, but I will triple check it for you. I will check that for you. I will triple check that for you. But I do not suspect so, because they fixed all that. They wanted you to be able to claim the expenses, okay? And they wanted you to have these grants, okay, and keep people attached to your business. So that was super key. That was super key in all of it, but I will triple check it for you. They want you to be able to claim the expense, okay? Which, in an accounting sense is really double dipping, but that's the way it was designed. It was designed with that in mind, because again, it's about building back stronger businesses and keeping you stronger. So, and making you as whole as possible during this pandemic, so that there are still businesses around after this pandemic is over. So that is why all the double dipping from an accounting perspective is being allowed. Not duplication of benefits, but they are letting you get government benefits such as the ERTC, and they are letting you claim the expense that was associated with that to reduce your income. So it's a pretty cool deal. I'm going to try to catch up on a lot of those emails tomorrow. I know I have several of you, many of you, several/many in my inbox right now. I hope to catch up on many tomorrow is my goal for tomorrow, to work on and catch up on that, is the game plan, so that I can keep everybody up to date as best as possible. I'm doing my best I can with the database that I have on local restrictions, and I'll refer you back to that to your local area if I don't have a conclusive answer on your individual area, because some of you in areas that were more iffy are like trying to stretch the local restriction thing, and it doesn't fly as much in some states. There are some states where it just doesn't really work. But I'll keep you up to date on that, because I should be recuperated from shoveling tomorrow. I should be back in fit and fiddle and get caught up with everybody, is what I should be doing. Was there something else that I had tonight? There was something else, I can't think of it, but it'll come to me. And when it comes to me, I'll give it to you. You know, this video and everything I talk about here, this video and everything I talk about goes over to narts.org/resalestrong by noon the next day. narts.org/resalestrong by noon the very next day. That's where you find all the files that I talk about, and a direct link to the videos, all in order, on the YouTube channel. You're Not Alone Running This Store, where you can like, comment, subscribe, and ring the bell so you know when a new one drops. You can also share it with all your friends, so everybody you know in business, the butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker, so we can help everybody get us across the finish line here to the other side. I am not going to hurt my back shoveling snow. I'm not doing that. But thank you, Michelle. I am here every night in the Nards private Facebook group at more 8 than ish, every night, live in the Nards private Facebook group is where you find me. But if you have a question in between, you just email me, Neil, N-E-I-L, at ECIstores.com, N-E-I-L, at ECIstores.com. We start this program every night with the Good Morning, Good Night book. The Good Morning, Good Night book is how we start the program. Tonight we're on page 130. Good morning. Your very presence is intoxicating. Our good night tonight is good night. Your very absence is sobering. Wow. Deep. There's your graphics tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Neil Abramson. I do like a good party, a wedding, a bar mitzvah even. We will party again. We will be in person again. I don't know when, but we will. And when we are, I will be there with you. But until tomorrow night at more 8 than ish, I want you to know that you, and you, but most especially you, yes, you're not alone running this store. It's time for dessert, everybody. Have a great night.